Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan Nair. Basically, this is 123rd part basically of the Formula Award. Basically. So, in last part, basically, we are discussing about the CRM project. Basically, the example basically I was going to give that is basically related to CRM. One CRM project is getting created, and there basically more than 5 lakh conditions basically if conditions are there. So basically, why I'm taking this, there are how basically it's difficult to track each and everything that basically I'm telling you. So 5 lakh conditions are there basically, and if condition basically is the software condition, and that basically is created on the base of 3,000 cities. Basically, 3,000 cities means you can understand the 3,000 cities. One city contains more than 1 lakh buildings, more than 2,000 complexes, more than 100 malls, more than 10 to 20 lakh trees. So that all basically contains in one cities basically. And on the base of 3,000 cities, basically the one text box is created, if condition is created. And there are basically 5 lakh if conditions in the one CRM project itself. And there are for loop condition, while loop condition. You can just imagine the condition of solving. That also in one just CRM project. So that's why basically the sequence level project basically, which is basically that is called as basically I can give this name basically you can say sequence of ideas project basically. Sequence of ideas. Sequence of ideas chain basically you can say. Sequence of ideas chain. That basically is the project name basically you can say. This project basically does not exist in this world basically you can say. If this might be exist, then basically it might not be integrated. So like this, because if you will integrate that basically at that time also you have to think basically. Because each and every software basically when gets creates and it gets convert to the energy basically, that time basically the energy, the some energy basically it get passed. So for that, basically, you have to be ready for with the city's creation, basically. So that basically, up to if this project is getting created in future, basically, then you have to be ready with the physical location also. For example, 3,000 cities has created on the base of just if condition. So if condition is created from the 3,000 cities, that also you can say. So up to this level, basically, after getting ready, then only basically the software, the project can be created. So like this basically this is basically the CRM project, and from this is basically one of the chain sequence project basically you can say, which is basically software industry one day have to create basically you can say, because I have taken one example in 506th number the error was there of from the thousand sectors chain basically ideas of chain in 506th number ideas chain with sectors in 506th number sector basically the error was when the person basically who are into this sector basically they try to solve this error, then basically within the time period when they reach there after tracking 1 to 500 5, the another basically the another level of the error came. Like this basically the error basically was never going to solve basically, because when he will reach to 600, then basically the another error will be there. When he will be reaching to 700, then basically the error might be in some other area. So like this basically the error will never able to solve this. So that's why basically this project is very 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 basically you can say interesting to basically solve the problems basically of the health. For this is basically good for the health sector basically, because nowadays the health sectors are doing lots of hard work basically you can say. So for that basically this is the one of the best project basically we can say, and this will be the biggest project for might be for the software industry also basically, because the up to what level the information software industries groups are going to get, up to that only basically the project is going to be for in hand of the software industry basically. So here basically I was telling that up to what level the information software industry is getting according from the different sectors basically. According to that, only the softwares are getting created. Because software people are telling that we are not basically the sector group basically. We are not the iron specialist basically. We are just creating the software basically. But for that basically the sector for each and every basically sector's idea basically is required basically, then only we can basically able to create. So up to level the information which is getting passed, according to that only basically we are going to create the system basically. So here basically it was about the chain system basically, because all sector basically software basically is already created. So according to that basically the chain system can be created. Chain system is created basically you can say, because each and every sectors are growing. That means basically the ideas are getting passed to the, from one sector to another sector. That is basically by default it's assumed basically. So each and every sectors basically are passing their information, passing their ideas to the another sector in the form of power energies basically. That example I have taken, 16 ways of CRM creation, and the 4 ways basically the CRM project was created by the Accenture and the TCS basically. So like this basically each and every ideas are basically getting passed to the different sectors. So like this you can just imagine the each and every sectors basically ideas basically you can say. And these all things basically Bollywood industries are tracking it. So you can just imagine the power of the Bollywood industry. So basically here the main thing is basically in the chain system which is going to be created, that there basically Bollywood industry basically will be going to play main, because the software industry itself is created from the is created by the Bollywood industry. So they basically are they, if basically one normal software person basically, I am basically a normal software person basically. If I can think up to this level, then basically Bollywood industry might have think this long before basically. They might have thought long before basically. So like this basically you can just imagine the each and every sector's stuff basically you can say. Because when the sector gets creates, when the sector gets converts to the software, then basically lots of problem occurs basically. Just solve the problems and go ahead basically. Like this basically you can just imagine the each and every sectors which has converted from the normal sector to software industry sector, and each and every sector's difficulty, and each and every sectors basically when ideas are getting passed, then basically they are doing the work according to that idea which was received by the different sectors. So that basically DC energies has basically observed by the each and every sectors. So according to that, basically the set of disease also comes basically, because each and every bodies basically are not like that they can observe the each and every ideas basically. You can say whenever, so like this basically you can say disease gets into the inside the bodies basically, that also you can say. Like this basically each and every things are basically connected with each other. So you can just see the data level passing also you can say. So like this the Bollywood industries are telling that we are basically into the software industry, we are creating each and every software industry. So this is basically the ideas basically of the you can say idea chain ideas basically you can say. This I name basically I have already taken it. So you can see the sectors, each and every sectors basically they which they are passing the ideas to another sector, and another sector is passing the ideas to the third sector. Like this, basically chain are getting created. So like this, assume that there are 1,000 ideas, 1,000 sectors, and 1,000 sectors are passing their ideas to the each other. So you can just imagine basically the chain which has already generated. Also, you can say, and the disease has already generated. Like this the medicines are also created. So you can just imagine uh, the project value basically, that also you can say. The each and every project basically have their own value basically. The CRM project basically they have own value. The if conditions basically they that is one project that is created on the base of 3,000 cities. They have their own value. So like this basically each and every softwares have their own value basically. So here basically we were discussing about the Bollywood industry. which is telling that we are up to the level and we have created the volume, we have created the software industry, and we have created the software industry on the base of certain stories basically based, and that story basically only Bollywood industry know basically on the base of which story the which software has created, which sector software has created. Like this basically, Bollywood industries are telling that we have created the software industry on the base of certain user stories basically. That story basically the software industry groups only knows who basically created the software industry and the Bollywood industry basically which is getting created. So here basically we are stopping. This is basically 123rd number, and 124th number we are going to discuss a little bit more about the Bollywood industry and formula and the attributes, and the attributes is creating the balance sheets basically.